Hi, if you like science and technology and like to tinker with such stuff, definitely you would have come across this topic of creating free energy or electricity with just magnets and wires. If you type free energy on YouTube, you will come across many thumbnails showing magnets and coils of wires arranged in different fashion and somehow creates electricity to light a light bulb or rotate a small motor, which also has magnets inside it. Do you wonder how these contraptions work? Even I used to wonder how these things work. So let's look into it. In order to understand the process, I took a magnet and wrapped a wire around it and connected an AC light bulb to it. It didn't light up. I thought maybe the power generated by the setup is not enough to power an AC light bulb. So I replaced it with a smaller light bulb from my scooter, which normally works with a 12-volt battery. Again, nothing happened. Maybe there is still not enough power to power this small bulb. I went ahead and plugged in a DC motor to see if I can get some rotations on it. But nope, nothing happened. So I went on and replaced it with an LED, which lights up even with a small coin battery. I hooked this up to the setup, hoping it can light up, since it needs only little electricity. But no luck. Since there are enough videos on YouTube on this topic and there are lots of people watching these videos, so somehow it should work, right? So I added more magnets, arranged it in different configurations, hooked up a multimeter to see if there is any voltage, hooked up an ammeter to see if there is any current. But no matter how I try or how much I try, my meters refuse to show any change. Why? Because physics of generating electricity is quite simple. Basically, in order to generate electric current, you have to move electrons inside the wire, no matter how you do it. One of the ways is to move electrons by using magnet, because electrons respond to magnetic fields, which all magnets have around them. Here's the critical part. The electrons move only when you move the magnetic field, or to put it simply, move the magnet. Now, Michael Faraday had this figured out in 1831. So he said, in order to create electricity, move the magnet which will move the electrons inside the wire. If you want more electricity, move the magnet faster. Leaving few strict rules aside, physics of generating electricity is basically you have to move the coil near the magnet or move the magnet near the coil. If both the magnet and the coil is stationary, electrons inside the wire will not experience any force to move. Hence, there will be no electricity. So if you search YouTube for free energy and see the coils wrapped around the magnet, you can be sure that this setup is definitely not producing any electricity. Simply because electrons inside are not moving, because magnet or coil is not moving with respect to each other, because they are together. You can ask, how are they managing to produce electricity in these videos? Well, that's a topic for another video. But for now, I can say they somehow manage to produce electricity in front of the camera. Well, you know for sure that we can make anything happen in front of the camera, right? If you understood something from this video, leave a like and share if you think anybody else needs to know about this. And subscribe if you'd like to.